Leatherface out here with that chainsaw again. I thought last week we had that shot. Come on. Jojo, Embry, get this guy out of here. That guy out here with that chainsaw now. Keep him out of here. What are you doing here?
Stay out of his way, Dave.
By the way, I want to let everybody know once again that you have just been hit with a very heavy fine from Eddie Marlin.
$3,000.
And I hope you remember.
$3,000, Eddie Marlin. That's the biggest fine, man, I've ever had in my whole career. Well, real simple. Somewhere, someplace, sometime, Eddie Marlin, because you took groceries out of my family's refrigerator, I'm going to pay you back for it. Now, let's talk about a match, Dave. Let's talk about a match in Memphis, Tennessee. Me and Leatherface against Jerry the King Lawler and Jackie Fargo. The fabulous Jackie Fargo. Yep. You know, I bet Lawler's crying the blues, Dave. Because, Lawler, it's your fault. It's your fault. You're the one that got Jackie Fargo involved in that match. You know, I don't understand where Lawler comes from, man. Because, you see, Jackie Fargo, a spade's a spade, man. You were one of the best, if not the best, legend in all of professional wrestling. I grew up watching and hearing about Jackie Fargo. But what made that old senile mind of yours, Fargo, think that he still had, Dave, what it takes to compete with a man like myself, I'll never know. And you know, in Memphis, when they were rolling Fargo out on that stretcher, Dave.
There was no stretcher.
Hell yes, there was. Hey, you've been playing Lawler pieces of tape for years that's been doctored up showing Lawler beating up everybody, so I know whose side you're on. Let me make my point, man, because I almost feel bad about it. I feel a little sad for having to go out there and do what I had to do. But Fargo, when they were rolling you out on that stretcher and putting you in that ambulance, and you went to the intensive care, well, I felt so bad, Dave. I brought the Yellow Rose of Texas that you can place on top of Fargo's tombstone. And then, you know, you might be happily ever after, because then you have a little piece of Texas to remember it by, Fargo.
Your memory of that one's a lot different from everybody else's.
No. And Jerry Lawler, I can't believe it. I left you laying in the biggest pool of blood that I've ever seen in my whole life. And he still wants some more of me. Oh, yeah, listen to him. You know, Jerry Lawler has to go to Eddie Marlin. I ain't no dummy. You have to go to Eddie Marlin all the time. I say, boy, Eddie, please, let's think of a way we can stack the deck. Stack the deck against Eric Embry where I can have a chance, just a slim chance of beating him, man. You know, you put Eddie Marlin's brain and Lawler's brain together, it's about that big. They come up with this big, bad lumberjack match. They're going to put lumberjacks around the ring. And I know they're thinking, Eddie Marlin probably told Lawler, hey, we'll make a big lumberjack match, Jerry. And maybe Embry will run outside, or you could trip him, he'll fall outside, the referee could shove him outside, and maybe one of your friends could knock him out, throw him back in, and Lawler can cover me. Well,
I think one reason for the lumberjack match is to keep you in the ring, and there is a lumberjack match sign, and listen to this. Lawler versus Embry, and these are the lumberjacks. Dr. Tom Pritchard, Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller, Superstar Bill Dundee, Danny Davis. Those are the lumberjacks. That's it. Those are the lumberjacks.
Oh, there's going to be Jarrett, Fuller, Dundee, Davis, and just Pritchard. Me and Tom Pritchard's going to be out there with all this. That's what you... Eddie Marlin, man. I know what you're trying to do. See, everybody's got a conspiracy against us, Dave. You're trying to make it, man. 5 of them and 2 of us. They can't beat us face to face. They can't beat us man to man. What, Jerry Lawler? 5. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to Lawler right now.
Eric Embry headed for the ring. Chris Frasier standing up there. A one-fall, 15-minute time limit match scheduled. Here's Tojo out at ringside in Embry's corner, and here's Michael.
I'll tell you, Dave, no time to even get the introductions out. Chris Frasier being attacked by flamboyant Eric Embry. When he heard who those lumberjacks were, he just lost it. There you hear him yelling 5 against 2. He's got Chris Frasier yelling Texas, gonna go with the DDT. Down goes Frasier. Tojo saying cover him up. 1. Oh, come on. Yep. This is what I mean. You get Eric in a ring, you don't get a wrestling match. You get, especially against a young fella like Chris Frasier, Eric Embry just pouring the punishment on. There's the DDT again, the cover again, and this time he stays with it for a 3 count.
And that's it.
That's it. What
60,
can you say?
67 seconds. Embry, boy, he's steamed. Going to end his career. It takes a big man to do that. Take a youngster like Chris. Oh, he hit the referee. That's going to get him another fine. That's going to cost him another $1,000. You can count on it. Boy, hitting the referee.
Did he ever nail Paul Neighbors with a right hand? Now he's got Pritchard up on the rope, up on the turnbuckle, and he's climbing up, pounding away. Now here comes Jerry Lawler. Here comes Lawler. Lawler grabs Eric Embry. Now here we go. Embry trying to get out of the ring.
Oh, look out.
Lawler following him. The chase is on.
Embry outran him, but just barely, as Lawler was hot after him. Oh, yeah. Well, let's stop Mr. Embry's abuse of Chris Frasier anyway. Jerry Lawler sends him flying out of this area here, and that right there is one reason for the Lumberjacks. It isn't to keep Jerry Lawler in here, it's to keep Embry from running. That's the reason those Lumberjacks are going to be around the ring this week, and whether Embry likes it or not, that's the way it's going to be. Jerry's staying to make sure Chris Frasier is all right. We'll be back here with more action in a moment.